Hi, it's Essie here with a process video for Lottie Loves Paper. This is part 2. You can see the 12 by 12 layout there that I created in part 1, and I'm now going to make a pocket page to coordinate with that layout so that I can get some more photographs from that set into my album without creating lots more 12 by 12 layouts. I do this a lot. It's something which I find really helpful when I want to, I don't want to choose between the photographs, but I don't want to do lots of 12 by 12s. I'm just looking through the paper collection. I'm using the Amy Tangerine Shine On collection, which is obviously the same collection as I used for the 12 by 12, so that the two coordinate together. And I'm just picking out some papers that I think will have elements on that will enable me to make coordinating pocket cards to go with the 12 by 12 layout. I've cut 3 cards from just white basil cardstock to form the basis of my cards, a 4 by 6 and then 3 by 2s, yes. And then the other 3 pockets will be my photographs. So I've started by covering that 4 by 6 in the bunny paper, and I've got a manufacturer's strip there which I'm going to pop along the bottom, and I'm just having a look through the Ephemera pack to pick out the bits and pieces that I think might work. I don't actually think I end up using any of it, but it's a starting point, so that's where I'm at. I'm going to have a look at the 6 by, so that's a 6 by 6 cut apart sheet from the paper pad, and I'm just cutting out some bits and pieces. I've left this clip in because it was a really hot day and I had my fan on, and that second cut apart sheet just wafted in of its own accord, and I ended up cutting some bits out of that as well. This one, the Collect Beautiful Moments, I used the same piece from the 6 by 6 cut apart on the other layout, so I decide that that's a good one to use so it'll coordinate. Just fussy cutting one of the cameras from the 12 by 12 sheet. I think that one says happy. And as you can see, I've changed my mind about that flower cluster, and I'm going with that little card that says the little things. And I'm now just looking for some paper to mat it on. Going to go for that bright colours with the triangles from the 6 by 6. And just popping it down so it's got a bit of a border to make it, just to lift it from the background. Oh, I think there was a bit of edge from the square that was beside it on the cut apart sheet there, so I trimmed that down and stuck it down again. Trimming it off. I've realised watching my videos back that sometimes I trim things like that off with my scissors and sometimes I use my trimmer, and I don't think there's any rhyme or reason for it. I didn't realise I did it until I watched the videos back. So I'm not quite sure why I do that, but no rhyme or reason. Perhaps it's just whatever's easiest to hand. Cutting that, sticking that strip down and chopping off the end, and now popping that little sentiment and the camera. And I'm going to pop that to one side and move on to one of the smaller cards. I want to use that square, but it's slightly too big. I don't want it to meet the edges. I'm just trimming it down, and then I'm going to decide what border I want around it, and then what background I want on the card itself. So I think initially I was thinking about going for using that teal or aqua on the whole card, but I haven't actually used that pattern paper on the 12 by 12, so I think I changed my mind and go for something that I have already used. Yeah, I go for this one because I've used a strip of flowers on the 12 by 12. I go for the flower paper for this journaling card. or pocket card, so that it does coordinate in again. I didn't want to bring in a different pattern, but I am going to mount that sentiment card on the aqua because I have used some of that colour on the 12 by 12. Just trimming it down again because it was still a little bit bigger than I wanted it. And there I'm going to add that on, because you don't see the pattern, but it just gives a hint of the colour. And trimming that down as well. I really enjoy making my own pocket cards. I used to, before I focused completely on scrapbooking, I used to make handmade greetings cards. And I don't get time to do both, and I do kind of miss it, and I quite enjoy making pocket cards for pages for my album, because it's and they're quicker as well. It's just kind of quite a nice speedy way to get a finished project, and you can just do different things with them. So again, using that teal colour, the aqua teal, I don't know what's the difference. So now I've just got a selection of bits of paper strips still, just to add some more details onto my cards. I'm going to add that little strip along the bottom there. I think that's got little hearts on it. And then adding the flowers, which is the same strip that I've used on the 12 by 12 layout, but obviously in the smaller version. And then having a look, see as to what I'm going to do. So I've decided that I want that to pop a little bit more, so it's getting a bit lost on the patterned background. So I've used that strip from the 6x6 paper with the gold on, and it's got a hole in the middle, so I'm just chopping it off where the hole was, and sticking another piece up, butting it up to the edge, and you can't really see the join once it's trimmed, but it's just enough gold to lift that strip from the patterned paper in the background. Going to add another layer to that piece, a little bit of pink. I love that pink flowery paper, it's really pretty. Oh, and here I go with my scissors again, not my trimmer. So I'm going to leave the background of that third card white with the orange heart square on. It's not square, is it, at all? And then I'm just going to add the finishing touches. Going to look through the sticker book to see what I want to add, and then I have this idea about putting those two bunnies either side of the heart. Just having another look through. I want a gold heart to go in the middle of the heart with the bunnies. Now that one's too big, so I'll put that one there, and actually that then covers the join of the background strip. And just having a look, see, so there's those gold hearts there on the sticker sheet. Now the hearts are slightly, they're not symmetrical, as you can see, the orange one, and the first one I tried is the wrong way round. So that's why I swap it, so that it matches the white heart that's there. Just adding some of those really pretty puffy heart stickers. They're really nice to add some finishing details too. And again, I've used them on the 12 by 12, so they do coordinate perfectly. Just going to add another one to the bunnies. And I think I'm done now. Just adjusting slightly to get them in the right place on the diagonal. Oh, some gold flicks. There you go, I forgot I did that. just some gold splatters. Again, I did this on the 12 by 12. So just coordinating them in and adding a few last details. I'm lucky I've still got some gold Heidi Shine. Don't know what I'm going to do when I run out. I have to find something else to use instead. There's been lots of suggestions on various groups I've seen. So just popping the cards into my pocket page. I do find those little pockets quite fiddly. See in a minute, I'm struggling to get the photographs in. And there we go, that's done. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'm just, oh, no, I haven't done. I'm just going to add some little white stickers over the top, on top of the photographs. I could have added them onto the photograph, but I didn't. Added them onto the pocket page itself. Just getting that one at the right angle. And I think I do one last heart on the other photograph. Once I find one the right size. Yeah, and there we have, and that is done now. And you can see there's a still in a minute of it beside the 12 by 12, so you can see how they coordinate together. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.